Hi everybody, it's not Happy Friday, but it is Thanksgiving week, so I thought that I would wish you a very happy Thanksgiving in my very best pilgrim garb. So there we go. So happy Thanksgiving. I hope you all have a great time if you are spending time with friends and family this upcoming weekend. If you're working, then I thank you so much for doing that because someone has to. This will be pretty brief because I don't have a whole lot to say, but I didn't want to neglect the opportunity to wear a new hat. All right, so big happy birthday coming up to Rachel. She will be turning a year older on the 8th, so happy birthday. I hope you have a fun time with your family and friends on that day. And a happy anniversary to Brett, who will have been with UVA for 24 years on December the 1st. I had to look at that twice, 24 years. Brett, thank you so much for all that you do in the unit and obviously for the hospital in general. And for those of you who don't know, Brett's done a little bit of everything, both inpatient and out, but mostly in transplant. So he is a wealth of knowledge if you ever get an opportunity to learn from him. We are so blessed to have him as a part of our team. So congratulations, Brett. All right, scheduling guidelines, or scheduling update rather. Our unit schedule should be finalized and go live or posted for you to see on the 30th. That's Monday. So please check your schedules as some things have changed around a little bit. So make sure that you know when you're working. Medical center updates. Okay, so the use of modified precautions that was instituted back in the spring has been discontinued. The reason that they did the modified precautions initially was because we were trying to conserve PPE due to the rise in COVID. Now the hospital feels like we have plenty of PPE on hand, so they're going back to full contact precautions, even if it's a colonized infection, just as we did pre-COVID. So when you see the signs for contact precautions, that's the normal everyday, the gown and the gloves and that type of a thing. We are not doing the modified contact precautions at this time any longer. For those of you who are working day shift on this Thursday and Friday, buses will not be running. So please park in the 11th Street garage or the South garage. Those are the two that you can park in and then walk up to the hospital. Buses will not be running Thursday and Friday for day shift. So don't park in your normal spot and wait for a bus because it's not coming. All right, last but not least. So the COVID surge, I fear, is upon us. And I know we've been talking about this for a little while, so you may be thinking, oh, Teralyn, you've mentioned this at least 4 times already. I know, and I try to keep you all updated as much as I can, but I really do think that we're kind of there. And the reason that I think that we're there is our COVID units are not only full, but they're just not discharging people very quickly, which means they're sicker, they're needing to stay longer. So we are needing to be thinking about what are we going to do if we're asked to share resources or stretch our resources a little bit, because the SRO team members and most of the team members on the 3rd floor will be the first people they pull into working those SPU units, which means other nurses will need to backfill those positions taking care of general medicine patients or something else. And at the very least, we're going to need to be able to staff ourselves. We're not going to be able to rely on help on a regular basis from anyone else. So that is really what we're talking about a lot in upper level management meetings and a lot of the meetings that I've been in on. So I'm trying to share with you what I have. I've included the charge nurses in as well. So if you have questions, they may have more timely updates because I'm trying to update them as quickly as I can. But please know that if you're asked to stretch and take more patients, that is not the new norm. That is in response to a COVID surge. And we're hoping that we get through it, we get over it, and we can move on with life. So I understand that it could add extra burden to one's day and add extra stress. It's not intentional. I don't want anyone to feel that way, so please ask for help. Please remember to breathe, drink your water. Remember that you don't have to move at Mach speed if you don't absolutely have to. That just do the very best that you can. Let's utilize our resources, and we're going to try to get through this together. So with that being said, I wanted to just, I don't know, you know how much I adore you all, and I'm so thankful to work with you, but I wanted to share a little Thanksgiving blessing with you, and I found this little passage in a book called The Art of a Healing Presence by James Miller and Susan Cutshall. And what really spoke to me was when we're here, if we're just present for our patients, we're present for what's going on. That's really why we got into healthcare in the first place. And I know sometimes we can get sucked into a lot of other aspects of healthcare, staffing, finances, parking, right? That we can lose the drive and the desire that we all had when we first got into some type of healthcare. And that's what our patients need most. They need us to be there for them. They need us to be present for them. So as we open up a time for reflection, let us listen to a description of the most needed quality of a healthcare worker, and that's presence. Being present is not a complicated matter. All you do is wake up. You open your eyes, look around, and come to your ordinary senses. Once you're awake, you stay awake as long as you can. When you are completely present, you stay awake to each unfolding moment. You give yourself fully to the next present instant, letting go of what was and choosing not to anticipate what will be next. You don't do presence, you are presence. It's as simple as that. Nevertheless, it's not always easy, for in today's world, most of us are busy, too busy. We jump from one thing to another, often without pausing. We do 2 things at once, if not 3 or 4. Many of us are constantly balancing demands at work with responsibilities at home, what we have to do with what we want to do. We overfill our days with activities until these activities overfill us. Yet, if we are going to be fully present, this is our invitation. We're asked to awaken and stay awake. This is not a once and for all experience. We shall awaken many times, and we shall call ourselves back to wakefulness one more. So with that, if you're working this weekend, I ask you just to be present for your patients. Love on them the way you would love on them if you didn't have anything else to do. Know that I am thinking about you. I'm here for you. I'm not going out of town or anything. So if you need me, you need to bounce ideas off me or just vent for a minute, just call me, text me, and I'll make sure that I'm there for you. So happy Thanksgiving. Regardless of what your cultural background is, we can all be thankful for what we have and for the things that, the opportunities that we've been given. So with that, I will see you next week. Bye.